You want to know how I know I'm grown up? My favorite thing about Christmas? Christmas pants. Hank, today's video comes to you in 4 very special parts. Part 1, the Beckoning of Lovely. You may remember that on 8808, you and I and a bunch of Nerdfighters made a movie called The Beckoning of Lovely with my friend and mentor Amy Krouse Rosenthal. By the way, Christmas tree, you are no longer seasonably appropriate. It turns out that the movie The Beckoning of Lovely was the first part of an ambitious and amazing project by Amy called The Beckoning of Lovely. For more information, check out the link in the sidebar. Part 2, Hank, I don't know about you, but I'm still kind of reeling from the Project for Awesome's awesomeness. Hank, Nerdfighters lobbied for literally hundreds of great charities, but in the end I chose 5 that I'm giving $200 each to. I mean, to which I'm giving $200 each. Ah, prepositions, you always get me. Save the Children of Bangladesh, the Wounded Warrior Project, the Susan G. Komen Foundation to benefit breast cancer? Wait, doesn't benefit breast cancer. It detriments breast cancer, MS research, and Save Darfur. Where's your money going, Hank? And Nerdfighters, if you were inspired by the Project for Awesome to give money to charity, where'd your money go? Part 3, CAPTCHA Dictionary. By the way, if you want to know what a CAPTCHA code is, you can always comment 5 times on this video and then hit refresh. So YouTube's CAPTCHA codes are not usually English words, but they are almost always sets of consonants and vowels organized in such a way that they could be words. Now, Hank, during the Project for Awesome, Nerdfighters commented on YouTube videos more than 200,000 times. No joke. And that meant a lot of CAPTCHA codes, some of which sounded like made-up words that Nerdfighters then invented definitions for. For which Nerdfighters then invented definitions. Pwned! So Hank, here are a few entries from the Nerdfighter CAPTCHA Dictionary. Kamilainta? The euphoric state in which a Nerdfighter can comment on 15 videos in 1 minute. Nippy hat. A little hat you put on your nips to keep them warm. Repito. The speed at which Nerdfighters comment. Brucula. Vampire Brussels sprouts. Hank, there can be no question that the brucula are very beautiful, but if you eat them, you will almost die, although in the end, you will live happily ever after, even though the brucula are sort of emotionally abusive. Hypocoso, an endangered and possibly mythical subspecies of ninja koala. And finally, cootioping, which means knowingly transmitting cooties. Cootioping is a great word. It reminds me of our beloved grandmother's word for making out, Skoodilypooping. Hank, one time I brought one of my high school girlfriends over to meet Nanny and Papa, and we got a little bit lost on the way, so we were late, and when we got there, I was like, I'm sorry, we got lost. And Nanny said, are you sure you weren't Skoodilypooping? And my girlfriend was like, what the heck is Skoodilypooping? And Nanny just looked at her and said, as if you don't know. God bless her. Part 4, Paper Towns questions. Hank, as we wrap up the Paper Towns edition of the Nerdfighter Blurbing Book Club, I'm going to do 2 videos in which I talk about the book. Ideally, I'd like to do this by answering questions that you and other Nerdfighters may have about the book. If you have any questions about Paper Towns, leave them in comments. Hank, I'll see you next week. Merry Christmas, Willie!